Good morning, world. This is Rob Cootie of the MLM Solution. I hope everybody had a great weekend. This is Monday, March 9th. It is currently 11 a.m. and 20 seconds. I'm glad you guys are here. I hope everyone had a wonderful and safe weekend and you're ready to rock and roll this week. Hopefully you guys have been looking at the podcast and at the videos, getting ready to make this year your best year ever. That's what we're all about. That's what we want for you. We strive to bring you information, as you know, that will do nothing more than empower you to do great things in 2020. As I said, this show, as every show, is packed full of great information. And today's podcast topic is this: how to grow your budding leaders into powerful, focused, and motivated business builders. As you know, last week we talked about how to identify new leaders that are growing in your business when you log into your back office. We also talked about how during the prospecting process, the traits that leaders have that give you an idea that this person may be able to do something special if they become one of your new partners. Now we're going to complete that three-piece cycle by talking about how to work with these people once they're in your business and you have identified them because of their activity, how you help them become business builders, focus business builders. With that being said, what do we want to do? As always, we're going to get a ball rolling by what? This. All right. Here we are. As always, let's talk about getting the word out. Please help us. Give us a thumbs up, everybody. And please share our videos, share our platforms, our social platforms, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. As you know, we have a presence on each one of those platforms, and we do the best we can to get the word out to everybody. We thank you guys so much, as always, for helping us get the word out, because I always tell you guys that the numbers are mind-boggling, and they are. It's just unbelievable. I was looking at numbers just moments ago, and I'm actually looking at them right now. And I'll be honest with you, I have numbers up where I'm up 1,033.33%. I'm up 262.5%. Other areas, I'm up 270%. Other areas, I'm up 1,233.33%. I could go on and on and on. It's just unbelievable what you guys have done. I don't even know what to say other than say I'm humbled, and I thank you. I thank you so much for everything. Excuse me. Without you guys, this would be, I wouldn't be able to do this. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. So the thing is that the numbers are growing, and I'm just touching the surface. The YouTube numbers are amazing. The Twitter numbers, again, are just simply amazing. I'm looking right now, just reading some of these numbers to you. I have one red number on YouTube. I have, I think, one red number on Twitter, which is amazing considering I don't know what I'm doing. Right? Okay, in my Twitter account, one section is up 2,700%. Another section is up 878%. Another is up 2,200%. Another one is up 2, the number 2. But I'll take that 2 because it's an important 2. So the thing is that I could read on and on and on and on. Instagram numbers are not relevant at this time. I just started paying attention to Instagram. I don't know if there's a real audience there, but you know what? I'm there. LinkedIn is coming along. I'm very surprised by what LinkedIn has done because I didn't think it would do anything. But you didn't come here to hear all this, did you? But I wanted to share those numbers because you guys do those numbers. You guys help us make that happen. And I'm so flattered. And I just wanted you to know the great work you're doing. I wanted to read those numbers off so that you could hear exactly what is taking place. Like I said, I've only seen one or two, one for sure, I think 2, maybe 3, but I know one for sure, maybe two analytic numbers that are in the red, and they're not bad. So I'm like, hey, this is cool. People are listening, people are watching, people are using this. Our podcast numbers are absolutely fantastic as well. I've been going out to the different podcast platforms. I'm continuing to try to do that on SoundCloud, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast. I went to Anchor this weekend, and I went ahead and got all of those platforms set up. I'll be hitting other podcast platforms. Additionally, I did finish about 94.5% of the website. I got a lot of work done on the website this weekend. I have a few small things left to do. Once again, if you went to the website and tried to download something and it didn't work, which should not have happened, but if it did, I think I saw a couple people try to download some things. And I really, to be honest with you, don't know if you got what you were supposed to. But go back there, contact me, whatever. You can contact us on the website and let us know that if you had an issue or not. Additionally, with the the website will become even more prominent as we move along. Remember, it's really just a one-man show. I'm the producer, I'm the creator, I'm the presenter. I'm pretty much wearing all these different hats. I take one off and put another one on, and another one, and another one. and I try to maintain a sane lifestyle at the same time. In other words, making the wife happy. And we have the grandkids this weekend, the older ones, our 14 and 15-year-olds. We have them from 22 on down to 7 months. So we were with the grandkids this weekend. It was great having them around. The 14 and 15-year-olds, as you know, well, they start to develop a life of their own, and the grandparents really don't become a part of their lives at that moment. So we were flattered that they contacted us and said, hey, we want to come spend the weekend with you guys. So that's what we did. That's awesome. Loved it. Okay, enough of that. I just wanted to take a moment before we got started on our broadcast here, just to give you guys an update on the website, an update on the analytics with the awesome job that you guys are doing. I know that is not business related, but hey, this is life, right? And just give you guys a little insight into my life, and you guys are more than welcome on the comment sections to do the same. And once again, I love comments. Please comment. We love hearing from you guys, and we want to correspond with you guys. And if you'll take the time to do that, we'll be more than happy to do the same. Okay, with that being said, let's do what? Our famous gong. That's the official start of the show, even though we've been on for 8 minutes now. All right, so with that being said, we're going to be talking about a very important topic today. And the topic, as you can see, is on the screen. And this is very important. As I said, when we started the show, we already have talked about during the prospecting process, using the message to the ears message and your own intuitive talents to look and see that, hey, I have a potential leader here. Also, as you go into your back office, to look at the numbers and the pin rank advancement and the number of people they're sponsoring to identify what leaders. Now we're going to be talking about this: how to grow budding leaders into powerful, focused, motivated business builders. Look, as we have constantly said it, you already know, and I'm sure you're tired of hearing it, but we got to keep driving this point home because it's absolutely critical to your success. And that is what? The essence of the business is what, folks? We've been talking about it over and over. The essence of the business is leaders. To sift through your prospects as quickly as possible, to what? Find leaders, to sign them up, and then start working with them, because what? The more leaders you have, the more profitable business you're going to have, the bigger business you're going to have, and the more stable your business is going to be. Okay? So with all that being said, and since that's the essence of the business, the thing is you need to do what? You've already identified the budding leaders that are in your business. We talked about that a couple shows ago. Okay, you log in your back office, you see the pin rank advancement, you see the volume growth, you see the number of people they're sponsoring. You say that is a budding leader. They're not a full-fledged leader yet, but they're on their way. They are rocking and rolling. Well, that's exactly what is going to tell you that you need to what? Remember we talked about the other day, you're doing your 90-day mini blast. You got to stay focused. You set your 90-day goals with those documents, right? And here's the thing. You are going to what? You're going to go into your back office. You're going to see these guys going, and you're working towards your business at the same time, your goals, that is, and building your business. And at the end of those 90 days, as I told you, you're going to stick your head up. You're going to look around, and that means you're going to look at your numbers to see how close you came to your numbers, to see if you met your numbers, to see if you exceeded those numbers. Okay. And then you're going to determine whether you think it's worth your effort and your commitment to continue moving forward, or if you're happy with the income you have now and the lifestyle you have at the 90-day mark, or you're saying, no, I'm going to ride this thing to the hilt and I'm going to take it to another level. If that's the case, then guess what? You have a situation where you're now, since your 90 days are over, and remember, if you meet your goals on the 85th day, it's up to you whether you want to go into that 90th day, okay? Some people say, hey, when I set a goal and it's in concrete and I'm going to go to 90 days. I don't care if I've met my goals on the 85th day or not. Additionally, if you've gone past your 90th day and you didn't meet your goals, on the 90th day, you look and say, man, I'm real close. I am real close to meeting or exceeding my goals. I know this is the 90th day, but I'm going to keep on rocking. I'm going to add another 3, 4, 5, maybe even 7 days to this. I don't care. I'm right there. I want to meet or exceed my goals that I've set, and I'm too close to quit now. And so then I got Oliver right here. I'm dachshund. He's right at my feet. So anyway, the point is that you make the determination, right? But the thing is that once you meet or exceed your goals, now becomes the important part. Remember, we talked about now for the next 3 months, you do what? You focus on what? Your leaders. And in the last broadcast and the one before, I touched on a very important thing. Remember, your leaders are as diverse as you are, okay, as a human being. You have diverse interests, okay, most of you. And maybe even a diverse lifestyle or a diverse experience, whatever the case may be. We're not human beings that are pigeonholed into a very narrow path. A lot of us have a broad path if you go back and look over your life. Okay, so the point is that when you're dealing with human beings, whether it's on a personal or professional level, you have to realize you're dealing with a diverse human being. Okay, and the thing is that what you can do with one person leader, you can't do with another. The point is that there's certain leaders you're going to be able to just show them, hey, this is how you build a business, and you show them one time, and they're so professional, they're so focused, and they're so committed, and they're so together that they say, okay, Rob, I got it. You know what? I'll contact you if I need you. I'm going to rock this thing. Get out of my way. I'm gone. And you may not hear from them for 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a month or more. Then you're going to have other budding leaders that they have 1 foot in the water and 1 foot out. Remember, we talked about this, and then I got to bring you back a little bit so that we can touch on today's subject. Here's the point. And then you have that other leader that's a little unsure. They got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. They're doing the work. They haven't gone full board yet because they're kind of feeling it, oh man, I'm really kind of nervous. And I understand what you're saying, Rob, but I really fully haven't grasped it. And yeah, and they're doing a little bit here, a little bit there, but they're making progress and they're signing people up and their volume's growing, but not the same way that other focused person was. Because you got to realize you're sponsoring people that are different points in their life. The point is that some people are more ready than others. Some people got a great education. And I don't mean necessarily going to school education, although that is appropriate. But some people have a great education through life itself. And they learned a lot. And they're ready to lead people. And they're ready to go after the goals. And they don't need any help. Then you're going to have some people that are educated, in other words, through school. They've been in the corporate world. They've gathered not only educational knowledge and experience, but they've also gained real world knowledge and experience. And so these people are typically more ready to grasp what you're teaching them and take off and not really need any help, okay, because of their past life experiences. But you'll have some other people that have been Girl or Boy Scout leaders, or they've been teachers in schools. They've been a leader in some capacity, but on a smaller scale. And even though they're confident of themselves, in other words, they say, well, I'm the type of person that I'm willing to take on tasks and get them done. Okay. But they don't look at their task as monumental. They don't look at their task as overwhelmingly important. These are just things where somebody says, hey, we need a volunteer to do this or that. And the person will raise their hand and say, okay, I'll do it. And they do. They go out and they accomplish the goal. Okay. But in their mind, it's a small goal. It's not like leading a division of a major corporation or leading a bunch of individuals in a sports team or in the military or whatever the case may be. Okay. They look at it as something totally different, but they're still leaders. They just don't necessarily see themselves that way. And they're the ones that kind of have one foot in, one foot out, and they're willing to do it. And they know that they're the type of person that gets things done, but not really sure they can lead a bunch of people in a business environment. And so they're kind of half in and half out, but they're doing the work. Well, here's the thing. That is where your ability, your talent. And if you don't have this ability or talent, you got to lean on somebody like Rob or Paul or somebody else that you trust that can teach you and guide you on how to deal with your growing leaders, your budding leaders, because each one of them are diverse in their experience, in their knowledge, their willingness, their talents, their abilities, and you have to be there to meet their needs. Some are going to have greater needs than others, and that's what we're talking about here. So as you log in your back office and you're seeing the volume that's being created, and there are people out there, and you always have to relay to your new partners, whether you think they're a leader or not. Every person that you sign up as a new partner, and you have to relay the same message. You have to be like a machine. You do the same process with each new partner, regardless of whether you think they're going to be a leader or not, because you don't know where your leader is going to come from. Remember, I told you that. Nina's trying to join the show here. Nina, you cannot join the show. So anyway, the point is, I'm trying to get the keyboard out of the way here. Nina, bear with me, guys. There you go, sweetie. All right. Sorry about that. Nina's always wanting to join the show. All right. So anyways, the thing is that you have a situation where you're going to have to work with each and every one of them like a cookie cutter on your new partners. The reason that's important, the reason it applies to this topic here, is because they're going to do exactly what you do. And what is that? They're going to handle people, regardless of whether they're a quote unquote potential leader or not. They're going to handle them the same way, so they can get everybody off on the same step, that everybody knows exactly what's expected of them in each phase of the business building process. And they're going to duplicate that, and you're going to tell them why they're doing things. Remember, communication is key here. Anybody can say, hey, do this, and because I said so, or do this because I'm more experienced than you, or do this because I'm a leader, do this because I'm your sponsor. That's bullcrap. Anybody can do that. You can say, okay, look, you know what, Rob's got a great video on this. Go and watch this video. Okay. If you don't want to tell them, if you don't feel like you can tell them in the way that I can, you can share these videos. You can say, go watch this video. And if you watch the first few minutes of it, you'll get it. Look, in order to ensure that you have a chance to make duplication happen, everybody has to be on the same page. In order for everybody to be on the same page, you have to follow the same documents. You can't leave anything out. And you also have to follow directions, the verbal directions that are given to you. Because believe it or not, in this business, it's going to be a combination of the two. Some people are good at verbal directions. Some people want reinforcement with the documents. We offer both. The point is, you're going to ensure that every person gets off on the same step. Okay, the reason that's important is because that helps produce what? Budding leaders. And when the person that's kind of half in and half out and unsure of themselves, when they have the documents and they have you there, or they watch a video or they listen to an audio and they see and they hear and they say, okay, I get it. Their confidence starts to go up. When they bring on a new partner, they're going to tell them to do the exact same thing. And that budding partner may, in fact, be someone that does not need as much help. And so they're going to be able to take off on their own without leaning on this person who's got 1 foot in, 1 foot out, until this person grows. And that's the key. That's where self-help comes in. That's where life experiences come in, is that their confidence will continue to grow as they have more and more incremental successes, okay? That person's going to require more help, right? So if you sign up each new partner and you say, hey, look, here's the thing. You may be the type of person that does not need as much help. We need to have a talk about that right now. You need to relay to me just how much help you want. I'm here for you. I have vast knowledge and experience in this industry. All you got to do is the 5 simple steps. If you just do that and you're consistent and you have a constant source of high quality leads, you just contact those leads, deliver the music to the ears message, follow up with them. You're doing the 5 simple steps. If you can do that, then that's great. I'll wait to hear from you, but you've got to reach out to me if you have a problem or a question. Is that the way you want to have this relationship? You got to do that from day one after you sign them up. You got to lay the foundation. You got to lay the groundwork for that communication to take place. Okay, you can't just leave them, because I'm telling you, if you don't develop leaders, you're going to have nothing more than a retail business, and you're going to end up quitting. You're going to end up being a grinder, and you're not going to stick around, or neither are they. Okay, it's imperative that you get this off on the right step. Okay, now I'm going to tell you how this applies to your 91st day, your 92nd day, all the way up to your 180th day. Because remember, your first 90 days are spent doing what? The 90-day mini blast. Your second 90 days after the mini blast is spent doing what? Identifying and working with your leaders. And that's what we're talking about here. So you're getting them all off on the right step by not only teaching them the 5 simple steps and everything else, but you're also laying the groundwork for the communication channel that is essential to your success. Okay? Because you don't want to do this. You do not want to push your leaders away. Some leaders do not like people looking over their shoulders. They don't feel like they're being pressured. They don't want to feel like they're under somebody's thumb. They don't like to be questioned. Okay? They're like, look, I know what I'm doing. Just leave me alone and let me get it done. Okay? And matter of fact, they'll respect you more that if you don't constantly harass them, because that's the way they're going to look at it, or that you make them feel like they're under your thumb or like you're their boss. They don't want that. You know, hey, I'm quite capable of doing this. I get it. I understand. This is simple. Let me do it. I have the confidence to talk to people. I have the confidence to deliver the message. If I have any questions or problems, I'll get in touch with you. See, and that's the channel that you have to establish. So when you sign a new partner up, and that's what I used to do. Okay, here's what you've got to do. And we talked about that the other day. I'm not going to go into great detail how to get them off on the right step. So once I train them, and I've got them signed up and I train them, which only takes a few minutes, I'd say, okay, now let's talk about the communication. Okay, if you take off, if you really start rocking this thing, what kind of support do you need from me? You know, do you just want me to be on the sideline and you know that you can text me, you can call me, you can email me, you can video chat me? What is it that you want? What kind of channel do you want here? Folks, you got to have that, and you got to write it down. You can't put that to memory. You're going to get so many leaders in your business, you're not going to remember that Sally doesn't want you calling her or contacting her on a regular basis. But Tom may say, yeah, let's do it once a week. Okay, what day once a week? You know, Tom may say, well, look, Wednesdays, I'm off on Wednesdays. I work all the other days. I don't have the normal work schedule. So you got to write that stuff down. Okay, and you've got to have a list of your leaders, and you got to, matter of fact, we have a document for it in the members area, but in that list, you put down, okay, Tom only wants to be contacted on Wednesdays, and he wants to be contacted once a week to go over his numbers and to address potential issues that he has. Sally says she's good to go. She'll contact me when she needs some help. Now, if this is all ringing true to you, if you can relate to what I'm saying, give us a thumbs up. If you're not, put some comments. You can comment on this platform and give us a thumbs up. It lets us know how we're doing. We want to make sure that we're hitting the nail on the head and that you're understanding what we're doing here, what we're talking about, and that we're tying it all together for you. Okay, so let's get back on topic. Remember, give us thumbs up, comment, whatever. Here's the thing. You want to be able to get them off on the right step, which includes opening that communication channel, and you've got to document each person what it is they want you, how they want you to communicate with them. You cannot afford, because you say, okay, what's the pitfall if I don't do this, Rob? I'm telling you, leaders, if they need you and they can't get a hold of you, they're gone. They're going to feel left out. They're going to feel like they're being neglected. And more importantly, and this is the biggest sore spot, Rob's just trying to make money off of me. Rob's just here to make money off of me. He just wants me to get out there and build his business. They're going to have a totally distorted view of what's going on. Okay. Well, Rob doesn't care about my success. Rob's not here to support me. Like anything else in business model, I'm by myself. I can't get a hold of anybody. Nobody will answer my questions. Nobody will give me direction. Nobody will help me. I've been there. And it's a very lonely feeling. It's very aggravating. And you have to sit down and you have to say to yourself, okay, is this opportunity worth me sticking around? Is the money that good? Is the opportunity that good where I can overlook the lack of support that I'm getting and the lack of direction or the misleading information I'm receiving? Okay, and you have to answer that question. But the point is, if you're going to do that to your downline, especially your leaders, I'm telling you, they're gone. Because see, most of your other downline are going to be so afraid and so scared, not only of the business model and what they have to do to build it, they're going to be scared of you because you are an authoritative figure and they don't want to waste your time. Oh my gosh, I don't want to contact Rob. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Oh no, I don't want to waste his time. No, he's too important. I don't want to do that. I'm telling you, that's the way people think, and which is just the opposite. You want them to contact you, and you can't say it enough. But the thing is that it's imperative that you get that channel of communication open, folks, because if you don't, I'm telling you, it will hurt you in the long run. You're going to regret not knowing what each and every one of your leaders want as far as support and help and communication. You got to write it down. Now, let's look at we already talked about the negative aspect, what's going to happen, because they're going to leave. They're going to get a negative attitude towards you. It's going to be hard for you to overcome that. You've got to have that open communication. If you don't, they're going to feel disenchanted. They're going to leave. You're going to have a crumbling foundation that you've worked so hard to build. You're not going to have anything going. You're not going to be able to build any momentum. You're just going to make pennies on the dollar. You totally wasted this opportunity to make crazy money to live a crazy lifestyle. Okay, that's what's going to happen on the negative side. Now, what's the positive side? If you have that communication, you have your list of when people want to talk to you, if at all, and whether they want to visit once a week, twice a week, whether they don't want to be visited at all. The bottom line is that, and you say, okay, now part of the communication is do you want me to email you? Do you want me to text you? Do you want me to call you? Do you want to do a video conference? And you have to establish that. And there again, you have to write that down because it's imperative that you meet them where they need to be met. Some of these people are so busy that they just want to text. Some people say, you know what, I may be busy, but late at night, I want to be able to go online and do a visual. I like the visual side. I want to be able to hold up one of my documents and show you the numbers, and I want to get your input. So you got to meet them where they want. And when you do, they're going to walk away from your meetings feeling more confident. They're going to feel cared for. They're going to feel like that you really do want them to succeed and that you're going to help them. You're sharing your knowledge and your experience. That's what they want. And at the same time, part of that communication is saying, Sally, you're not doing that right. Not just Sally, hey, cheerleader all the time. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Even when they're making a mistake, you say, Sally, no, you can't do that. That's a mistake. Here's what you need to do instead. Your goal is not to beat them over the head and be negative. Your goal, even though sometimes life's got negative and positive. That's just a fact. But the thing is when you be negative, you can just say, Sally, no, you don't want to do that. And here's why. You always tell your people why, even on the positive side. In other words, why do you want to build this business? Well, I'll tell you why, because of the lifestyle and the income. Okay. On the negative side, if they make a mistake or if they're making a mistake on purpose, you say, Sally, no. I understand that you feel like you know what you're doing, but I'm telling you, if you do that, here's the result you're going to get. And you may not rear its ugly head right now, but I'm telling you, if you keep doing that, you're going to have a real problem. And I don't know if you're going to have the ability to overcome it. So you don't want to do that. And here's why you don't want to do that. You have to show them they're people, they're adults, they're human beings. A lot of these people are used to success. They think they know better. They have a strong personality. Some of them will have a type A personality, and they're going to think they know more than you. Your job is to what? To tell them, hey, no, that's not how you do that. If they listen, that's good. If they choose not to listen, that's on them. What did you do? You did your job as a leader by doing what? Telling them, no, Sally, don't do that. No. Okay, you're doing great, but that's a problem area. You don't want to do that. Here's why. Okay, so you have to meet them at their channel level, whether that's texting once a week, video conferencing once a week, phone conversation once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week, whatever the case may be. Now, you don't let them run your life. Remember, you'll have some people that parade themselves as a leader, and there are some leaders that are so extreme type A, which we won't get into. They're over the top. They're just crazy. And you don't want that. You don't want somebody dominating your time. You had to put your foot down and say, look, you know what? I got other people I got to work with. The bottom line is that we cannot do this every night. Well, you're my sponsor. It's your responsibility. No, no, no. And we'll talk about that sometime too. This is another one of those hidden gems. Don't let a leader do that to you. I don't care how strong they are. They got to stand on their own 2 feet, guys. They cannot dominate your time. You know what? If they say 3 times a week, then meet them at that 3 times a week. But if they say, no, I want 4, I want 5, I want 6, and even if you feel that 3 is too much, if you say, no, 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 I got too many leaders, I can only give you 2 days a week. Well, you're my sponsor. It's your responsibility. No, it's no responsibility. It's your business. Your name is on that business. You file your tax reform or tax forms. My job as your sponsor is to answer your questions. I have 2 days where I can do that. I have other people I have to work with. I cannot allow one person to dominate my time. So 2 days is all I have. I'm sorry. If that's not enough, I don't know what to tell you, but that's all we can do. And if they say, well, I wanted 2 hours instead of an hour, because sometimes it's a power play with these people. They want to feel superior, and they want to feel like they can control you and control the environment. And they feel like they're more important than everybody else. And you have to say, no, no, I don't care who you are. Everybody's on a level playing field here. No, you get 2 days, you get 1 hour or half hour, whatever time frame you set up. And you say, no, no, that's all we got. You know what? I have a life. I have my own business, and I have to meet other people's needs as well. And I have too many people to work with. There's no way I can do that. So you have to set the guideline. So there's a hidden gem right there. So back to what we're talking about. So now you've established the channel of communication. You have established the frequency of that communication and the type of communication, and that's imperative. And remember, each one of your growing leaders that you're going to see in your back office, remember the way that you're going to identify these budding leaders, remember, because you've already done the other parts, is now they're in your business. You're logging into your back office. You're seeing these budding leaders. And when you sign them up, you establish the whole process. And that part of that process is the channel of communication. You guys established that when they signed up. Now you're logging in your back office and you say, okay, once a week, Sally wants me to get with her on every Friday. Okay. William wants me to get with him every Tuesday. Buddy wants me to get with him every Thursday. And you have all these written down. So once a week, and you say, okay, Buddy wants an email, Sally wants a text message, and so on and so on. Okay. And so you have all of this, and that's your job as a leader, is to do that. Now, if somebody wants you to do a meeting, whether that's online, like a conference, like video conference, like we're doing right here, if they want you to do a meeting with their people, that's something that you have to work out. You have to establish that whether you're going to do home meetings if they're local, if they're going to do conference calls where everybody gets on the phone, and those are still powerful. That may be old-fashioned, guys, but I'm telling you, that is powerful. Don't ever look down on conference calls. They are amazingly effective, and they're powerful, okay? And they can have a major impact on your business. So conference calls are awesome. Video conferencing is awesome. Whatever you guys work out, if one of your leaders says, hey, I'd really like to get 8 or 10 people together and have you come, and then you have to work out the details. That's something that we'll address down the road, how to do those things, do them properly and effectively. But the bottom line is that you have a situation where you're going to be able to work with your budding leaders on all different levels because you've opened up this communication channel, and because you're staying in touch and because they're being focused and they're moving forward, now they want you to help them throw gasoline on the fire, if you will. In other words, they're doing the work out there, and I'm in Kentucky. Let's say I have somebody in Cincinnati, okay, which is about an hour and a half from here. And I can say, okay, you know what? They say, hey, can you drive up here and do a meeting? I'll have, 15, 20 people there. And there again, there's, ifs, ands, or buts about that. But the point is, I'll say, yeah, I could do that. It's close enough. And we'll pick a date and a time. And I'll say, okay, you got to make sure you have this building reserved and blah, blah, blah. And we can't be in a hole in the wall. It has to be a nice place. It has to, there's certain stipulations. So they set everything up and I go on that appointed date. What am I doing? I'm working with my leaders. I've identified them, and through our communication, as they're building their business, they're saying, Rob, I'm doing well. I've signed people up, as you can see, but I've got a lot of really anxious people, and they really want to meet you. But at the same time, they want to bring prospects in. I really need your help. This thing's growing, and I feel kind of overwhelmed. Can you come up here and do a presentation and meet my people? And I say, yes. Okay. So I drive to Cincinnati and I do a presentation. Okay. That's one way of supporting my people. Now, what if that person's in Arizona? Okay. I can do video conferencing. I say, well, sure. Let's get a room full of people. Okay. In your house, just make sure there's no kids or pets, so that there's no interruptions. And let's set an hour off to the side, and I'll do a video presentation. I'll use slides and I'll do a presentation real quick, and we'll go from there. Okay, and you can do it that way. What am I doing? I'm supporting what? My budding leaders. Okay, and how did we get to that online meeting in Arizona? Because I stayed in contact through that open channel. They wanted me to stay in touch with them once a week. And they wanted to go over their numbers, and they wanted to do this and that. And during that once a week meeting, they'll say, Rob, I got some questions. I'm doing great. And, there's no sense in you coming to Texas, because I'm quite capable of doing this on my own, but I do have questions. And so we have that discussion on one of the meetings that we do once a week with them. You see what I'm saying? So what am I doing? I'm meeting each leader's needs at their level. Cincinnati, I went in person. Arizona, I did a video presentation. And then let's say the other person's in Utah, okay? And they just want to go over get some answers to some questions they have, okay? And they may send me documents. Hey, I've got some things here. Can I email them to you? Can I fax them to you, whatever the case may be? And then when we get together, can we talk about it? Sure, yeah, that'll work, okay? So there again, and so, you're going to have these impromptu meetings, like Sally might come out of the blue. We're supposed to do Sally every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then out of the blue on Tuesday morning, Sally contacts me because she's got what she feels is a really important question. Rob, I've run into this prior network marketer. He's got 8,000 people in his downline, and he's looking for a new company. I need help. Can you help me? Yes, I will help you. Okay. That's an impromptu communication, but Sally has to feel confident that Rob will do that Rob will be there, and that she can call Rob anytime, even though it's past her Friday scheduled time. Okay. Because she doesn't just get one day. If she has an emergency, if she has an issue that she needs to address right away, she needs to be able to text Rob, call Rob, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. What am I doing? I'm meeting my budding leaders in their environment. And I'm doing that after my initial 90-day mini blast. Now I'm in the second 90 days, which is used for what? You got to remember, this is vitally important. The second 90 days is used for what? To work with my budding leaders. And I just gave you a detailed example of me doing just that. Sally and Buddy and Ted and everybody else that are all across the United States. And I'm meeting them at their level when they need me. And I continue to do that. And it's a lot more hectic than that, because when you have multiple leaders that are growing at different rates, believe me, you're going to be on the phone a lot. You may be on the road a lot. In the old days, the top leaders were constantly on the road. I mean, they might be on the road anywhere from 8 to 20 days out of the month. Okay. And they could be anywhere in the world. Literally, they could be in Japan. They could be in another Asian country. They could be in Europe somewhere. They could be in Canada. They could be in Mexico. They were globetrotters. They were all over the place. And they go and do these big meetings. They wouldn't go for two people. That's not the point. Okay. But the point is, they knew how to build the business over the phone before they ever went and flew all across the world. But they knew that was going to be a part of the process if they wanted a big organization. Well, now you have technology that allows you to reach out and eliminate a lot of those trips. Okay. You'll never, ever eliminate home meetings. You'll never, ever eliminate hotel meetings. You'll never, ever eliminate big event meetings or corporate events. That is the essence, the backbone of this industry. There's no way with technology to replace your presence. There's no way to replace that human interaction. That is part of the process. So don't think because of technology you can get away from that. What technology allows you to do is leverage your talents, your abilities, your time, your effort to get the ball rolling. But in order to keep it rolling and push it over the hill, if your goal is to build a big business, being on the road is going to be part of that. There's just no way around that. Okay. But that's a topic for another day. So once you're doing that with your leaders, you've met them, you have an open channel, you have a day identified when you regularly meet with them or not at all. They have utilized that open channel. You're supporting them. They know that they're there. You know what that does? That motivates them. It motivates them big time. They say to themselves, I got things rolling. I know how to do this. This thing is really moving along. I've got Rob there. He's proven to me that he knows what he's doing. He's answered my questions. He's done meetings for me. Everything that I've needed, he's been there. I'm on a roll. I'm working towards my goals. I can see where this can really turn out to be something special. They are motivated. Okay. And you didn't use any motivational techniques. You didn't send them any motivational sayings in their email or the text messages. Why are they motivated? Because they're making money and they're seeing progress. They see volume growing in their business. They see new people coming on board, not only through their own sponsoring, but through their downline sponsoring people. They're seeing pin rank advancement. They are motivated. Okay. And since they're motivated, what do you think is going to happen? They're going to be focused like a laser on their goals. Okay. Remember, the 90-day goals encompasses many things. Remember the document you filled out? You just signed up. You're excited about the future. You're unsure, but you're excited. For the first time, you feel empowered. For the first time, you feel like you can actually accomplish things in this business because you understand there's only 5 simple things you have to do. You understand how to do them. You understand what they are. You see how simple they are. You can see how this can help you get to your 90-day goals. You set your 90-day goals before you took your first step on your first day towards those goals, right? Okay, so you filled out the 90-day goal sheet, right? It includes how many leaders you want, how much volume you want to create, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? It has all those goals on there. So you did your 90-day mini blast, you met or exceeded your goals, and now you're in your second 90 days and you're working with your leaders. Guess what you're doing as you're working with your leaders? You know what you're doing? You're working towards those 90-day goals you set on your first day. When you filled out that 90-day goal sheet that we have, you are working in your second 90 days to make that a reality. You say, well, you said that they met or exceeded your goals on the 90th day. Yeah, you might have met your volume goals. You might have met your leader goals. You might have met the number of people that you wanted to sponsor goals. But the real goals, the lifestyle goals, are what is left. Okay? In the legacy goals, the big business goals, the lifestyle you're going to get out of that, the income you ultimately want, all of that is still out in front of you. And working with your budding leaders in the proper manner, which means listen to how many times they want you to contact them. Listen to how they want to communicate with you. Text, email, over the phone, video conferencing. Meet their needs as they're growing. If that means doing a home meeting, if they're local, if that means driving a distance like an hour and a half to Cincinnati, like I would have to do, or being a video conferencing in Arizona and then Utah, okay, or a conference call for Utah people. There are so many ways to support your people as their businesses are growing, and you've got to utilize technology to make that happen. And as their businesses get to a certain level, there's going to come a time where you're going to have to go out and do a big meeting for those people, okay? So here's the thing. You are now creating a ball of fire, motivated, focused people that now for the first time feel like somebody's with them, that somebody is supporting them, that somebody cares about them, that somebody is going to help them get to their goals and help them remain focused and on the straight path towards those goals. And those goals are out there in front of them. And in their second 90 days, which is the 90 days after the initial 90-day mini blast, you're working with your leaders during that second 90-day period, helping them to get their feet under them, to help their business. You're helping them lay the foundation so their business is going to do what? Take off. Remember, we talked about how you're pushing that money ball up that hill when just for your business. Now you're helping your downline push their money balls up the hill. And you're doing that by supporting them in the manner that they need to be supported. When you do that, as I said, you're going to have a motivated and focused set of leaders that will go through brick walls to get where they're going. Because for the first time, they're seeing this business model work for them. They see how this is going to work. They see the realistic possibility of them achieving what they want out of life. Because you don't know, maybe since they were a kid, they said, I want to sit on the beach and I want to take my family and travel the world. I want to be able to afford to do anything. I want to be able to afford to have a retirement where I don't have anything to worry about. I want to be able to donate money to worthy causes across the world and not hurt my own lifestyle. I want to be able to help my own family and my extended family without hurting my lifestyle. You don't know what their goals are, but for the first time, they feel like they can achieve that goal, that lifelong dream, that lifelong goal, that burn that they've had. They just didn't know how they were going to achieve those goals. And then when they saw the network marketing business model, because you uttered those words in the music to their ears message, they saw a possibility. And then you sponsored them. And then you showed them the 5 simple steps. And they said, I can do that. I can see how if I do those 5 things consistently and I work with Rob, that I have a realistic possibility to achieve my goals. And then when they put their 90-day goals down, which are broken down into small bits that they can chew on and actually achieve, they say, I can see how I can do these 5 simple steps with the support of Rob and the guidance of Rob and the experience of Rob. If I do my part and I do these 5 simple steps consistently, I can see how I can reach those 90-day goals. But that's not their ultimate goal. That's not their lifelong goal. That's not the one they've been dreaming about since they were a kid. That's still out there. But once they meet or exceed those 90-day goals, then they're like, this is working. I have a realistic chance of achieving my lifelong goal. I think I can do this. And when they see that you're supporting them and that the things you're teaching them, the things you've been sharing with them are actually true and that they work, and that you're there for them when they need it, and that you have a regular communication with them if they want that regular communication, now they're really focused. Now they're really motivated. They are a train, a runaway train, heading down the railroad track at 100 and something miles an hour, and they're going to barrel through anything that's in their way to get to those goals. They're going to be like, I am on fire. There is no stopping me. I know the 5 simple steps by heart. I can do them in my sleep. I know the music to the ears message by heart. They're like I wrote those words myself. They roll off of my tongue with confidence. I have the posture. I have the confidence. There's no stopping me. I know Rob's there if I need him, but you know what? I know what I'm doing now. I know how to work with my own downline leaders. I know what I need to know. From this point on, there's no stopping me. I'm going to max this thing out. I am going to rock and roll. Folks, that's how you grow your budding leaders. It's that simple. There's nothing complicated. There's nothing hard. Don't make it more complicated than what it is. Don't make it harder than what it is. It's all about treating people right. It's all about proper communication. That's the key to this whole thing. When you sponsor someone and then you log in your back office and they're doing the 5 simple steps and there's growth taking place, you want to contact them and say, hey, this is Rob. I see you're really doing something special there. Is there anything at all I can do with you? Because you already established when you signed up that document within the first few minutes, you already established that open communication channel. Whether they want you to contact them through text, through email, phone call, whatever the case may be, when you log in your back office and you see them starting to take off, you contact them through text message, through email, whatever the case may be, and you say, hey, this is Rob. I see you're really doing something special. Is there anything you need from me at this moment? Okay. Folks, that starts the embers of the fire burning. Okay. Just like a steam locomotive. The more coals you put in it, the hotter it's going to burn and the faster it's going to go. And the bottom line is that you got to do one smoldering ember at a time, one piece of coal at a time as they require. And then once you start putting more in there, and that means meeting them at their needs when they need it, that little amber will start to grow and it'll become a raging fire, and then it'll become a focused business building machine. And I'm telling you, when that happens, there's nothing you can do to stop them. They don't care if you're around or not. They don't care if you quit the business or not. They are on a roll. They see that it's all about them. It's all about their goals. And that's what they were looking for from day one. And because you mastered the music to the ears message, you had the ability to communicate the right words to them. And that set the flame. That set that initial amber. Now you fan those flames, and now that baby's burning hot. That is how you make your budding leaders grow into powerful, focused, motivated business builders that will cause your money ball to go up that hill that we talked about. And your money ball is going to go from that to that to that to that to where that money ball gets so big that when it goes over that apex, it is going to just woof. And man, your paychecks are going to go like this in your business too. And remember, you don't know how many leaders you need. You don't know if you need 12, 22, 48, 88, or 10. Nobody knows how many leaders you need. What is your job? Your job is to do exactly what they do. Remember, CCBBA. And as we all know, that stands for consistent, correct business building activity. Until you reach what? Your goals, your established goals, or you maximize the comp plan, one or the other. Okay. All right. We had a good one. Okay. We had a good one here. I had to, because Nina was participating, I didn't put in our little tickers there, but we'll go over them real quick and then we'll call it a day. How do you get them to feel empowered? Okay. We talked about that, right? How do you get them focused? We talked about that too. How do you get them motivated? We talked about each and every one of those. Okay. And that's something that you want to make sure that you go back, watch this video, listen to this podcast, listen to this over and over, and as many times as it takes for you to grasp this. Remember, this stuff's free. You're not going to get this information anyplace else. We love helping out. We love reaching out and helping you guys. You can't get this information anywhere else. And this information is going to become second nature. Look, you're learning already. You're going to become a focused business building machine, knowing exactly what you need to do. Remember, these things are established in the basic fundamental principles, methods, strategies, and tactics that make up the very foundation of the business building process. The 5 simple steps. We went over where the 5 simple steps are undisputable. They're self-revealing. You have to talk to people. You have to create volume. You have to do all of the 5 simple steps. You know that. Okay? They're self-revealing. They're the basics of the business building process. That's what we teach. That's what we're teaching now. What we're doing now as well is filling in the gaps with these wonderful, informative gems of information, things you cannot learn anywhere else. No one will teach you these things. No one's doing what we're doing. No one will take the time to say, this is the intricacies of this business. And whether you want to realize and acknowledge these intricacies or not, remember, the business model doesn't give a hoot who you are. It doesn't care about your reputation. It doesn't care about your age. It doesn't care about your experience level. It doesn't give a hoot. The business model either works for you because you know how to utilize it correctly and make it work for you, or it's going to work against you. And remember, part of it working with you is knowing the basics, the 5 simple things that we teach you guys to do, and being consistent in it. Also, the numbers. You have to know the numbers in network marketing. If you don't work the numbers, I don't care if you do the 5 simple things over and over. If you don't know the numbers and if you don't work the numbers, you're not going to make it this business. the numbers will not work in your favor. They'll work against you. Again, they don't care either. Just like the business model doesn't care who you are, your knowledge level, your experience, doesn't care about any of that. It only works for those who work it. And we're teaching you those things right now. And again, you're not going to get this anyplace else. All right. That being said, and always, please give us a thumbs up. And please do it during the broadcast. I love seeing the thumbs up, guys. I love seeing that people acknowledge what's going on and they say, hey, this information's vitally important to my success. I can see value in this. Let us know. We'd love to have a thumbs up. Please spread the word. We want to continue to expand upon our audience. As I told you in the beginning of the show, these numbers that I read off to you guys, and if you weren't here at that time, go back to the first few minutes of the episode and you'll hear the numbers that I'm reading out. It's all a tribute to you guys. I can't make those things happen. Obviously, only those numbers are around because you guys are doing those numbers. And I thank you so much. I'm so grateful for that. Please continue to spread the word. Please continue to participate. One thing I do want to ask, and I would like for you guys to respond with whether it through comments. Let's put it to you that way, through Facebook, YouTube. I don't know where that came from. Old age. Anyway, YouTube comments, Facebook comments, Twitter comments. Let us know if 11 a.m. every workday is good. We tried to think of a time frame that would work from East Coast to West Coast. And I don't mean necessarily the United States. I'm talking about from one side of the world to the other. We tried, there's no real correct time. So we tried to pick the best one where people would have the most access to these broadcasts. We don't want to think just about the United States, okay? Because we realize people across the world need this information. So if you guys have an idea of a better time frame, let's hear it. Please comment. Let us know. But once again, during the broadcast, if you guys give us thumbs up, man, it helps out so much, letting us know that we're hitting the nail on the head and that you appreciate what we're doing for you. Please leave comments. Please share our videos. Please subscribe to our channels on our various platforms. Please hit the notification bell on YouTube twice. I understand. That way you get notified when we upload content. Now that I have the website pretty much done, I'm really going to start focusing on putting up a lot of content. You guys are going to see a lot of content coming out, a lot of free gifts coming your guys' way. So keep an eye out on our various platforms. Please set it so you can get notified. That way, when I upload this content, you can get these free gifts. There's going to be a lot of good stuff happening from here on out. I'm expanding it as fast as I can. Being a one-man show is very, very difficult, trying to get a number of hours in the day to get all this done for you guys. But I love doing it. I look forward to a long, prosperous relationship for everybody. I want you guys to succeed beyond belief. You guys can do this business. You guys are capable. You just need the knowledge. You just need the guidance. You need the help. That's what we do. These podcasts are nothing more than a way for us to get the word out to you guys that, hey, this business model works. It'll work for you if you do it right. And we're teaching you how to do that. With that being said, God bless. Remember, tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will put out here in a little while. I'm going to start putting out various postings, letting you guys know what tomorrow's subject matter is, and putting out multiple postings throughout the day on all the different platforms regarding past content as well as other content that will do what? Help you make 2020 your best year ever. All right, guys, take care. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And once again, please comment, give us feedback on the time frame. Should we do it other than 11 a.m.? Let us know. Feedback is important. And share. Take care, guys. Love you. See you soon.